Welcome back to the Bible role-playing game. In this episode, or in last episode, excuse me, we checked out what was in the locked drawer. We're going to see the ledger of guild members, and it says this. As Shimon stands in the dimly lit guild hall, the air is thick with the scent of sweat and metal, which is not a good scent. The walls are adorned with banners of various guilds, and the murmur of conversations fills the space. He approaches the imposing meeting table where he knows the locked drawer holds crucial information that could aid him in his quest against Akav. With his heart pounding, Shimon focuses his mind, drawing on wisdom and experience. He scans the room for potential allies. Craftsmen who share his disdain for Akav, but his superstitions momentarily cloud his judgment. However, his resolve strengthens as he remembers the words of Proverbs 15:22. Plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. He approaches a skilled blacksmith named Eli, known for his fair dealings and respect amongst the guild members. After a brief conversation, Eli agrees to help, understanding the gravity of the situation. Together they move towards the drawer where Eli offers a steady hand using his tools to gently pick the lock. A soft click echoes in the quiet hall as the drawer opens, revealing the ledger inside. Shimon quickly scans its contents, seeing the names of various guild members alongside their trades. Some lead towards Akav, while others seem open to supporting him. Among them, a few names stand out, potential allies who might sway the guild's decision should it come to a confrontation. Do I have anything to write this down with? Well, Shimon might not, but I do. Amazing. Alright, so I read through the guild ledger, and now I need to get help from the guy on top. How do I get a hold of the person running the fair to present the evidence? Shimon gazes at the ledger. He feels a mix of urgency and determination. The guild hall is bustling with the sounds of artisans discussing their wares and the clinking of metal. He knows that the ledger is a crucial piece of evidence that can help expose Akav's deceit, with names of potential allies listed on the pages. He understands that forging connections will be vital to his quest. I think I thought it was still locked up. You realize, the names listed reveal the intricate web of relationships within the guild. He noticed the name at the top of the guild ledger, Eliab, that was my name, prominently listed at the top, alongside his title as Master of Crafts. Eliab is known for his fairness, but also his cunning. He recalls stories of his dealings in the marketplace and how he has a keen eye for justice, albeit one that often comes at a price. Let's go. Write that down. You realize that to present your evidence effectively, you must find a way to speak with Eliab directly. The guild hall is bustling with artisans, traders, and onlookers. You might have to craft a strategy to either request an audience with Eliab or leverage your connections with other guild members to gain favor. I can approach a friendly guild member and inquire about Eliab's whereabouts. I can attempt to eavesdrop on a conversation. I can call for a gathering. I can use your reputation as a coppersmith to assertively demand a meeting with Eliab. I wish to use my reputation to call a meeting with Eliab. Is Shimon like... Wait. I know this is one. Yes. Community builder. Finally. Trade negotiation, histories checks, new techniques requiring precision. Finally. Community builder. Distrust of outsiders. This is just negotiation though. That's fine. It's not a negotiation. Charisma +3. Community builder +3. That's a +6. Let's go, Shimon. Call these people. A 13 +6 is a 16. I roll a 16 charisma. Let's go. Come on. We can talk to him, guys. We got this. You step into the center of the bustling guild hall, the chatter of artisans and trade momentarily fading as you raise your voice. Hello, fellow craftsmen. I, Shimon the coppersmith, have urgent matters to discuss regarding the integrity of our trade and the recent underhanded actions of one among us. Your voice carries authority, bolstered by your respected reputation in the community. Eyes turn towards you, curiosity piqued, and whispers riddle through the crowd. With your charisma roll of 16, people begin to gather around you, their interest growing. You sense that your standing as a skilled artisan has given weight to your words. The atmosphere shifts, and you catch sight of Eliab. Let's go. The master of crafts, observing from a distance, intrigued but also cautious. As you call a meeting, Eliab's gaze locks onto yours, and he begins to make his way through the crowd, clearly contemplating whether to intervene or allow this assembly to unfold. I'm going to call him to confront me directly. You know why? Because I have something. That something is the blueprint of stolen designs. Okay, I'm going to roll for charisma. I still have a +6. An 8. Do I have any disadvantage for confrontation? No, not that I can find. All right, I really rolled a 2. That's horrible. All right, let's go. I call Akav to confront me directly, and I pull out the plans that show, undeniably, he did it. You call out for Akav to step forward, your voice echoed with determination. Akav, come forth and face the truth of your actions. The crowd stirs with a mixture of anticipation and tension. A moment passes, and then Akav, with a confident stride, emerges from the throng of artisans, a smirk playing on his lips. As he stands before you, the crowd watches intently, their eyes flicking between you and Akav, waiting for the inevitable confrontation. You reach beneath the loose floorboards of the guild hall. Okay, it wasn't still hidden there. Retrieving the blueprints of your stolen designs. The parchment is worn but clear, showcasing the original concepts that Akav has manipulated. With your charisma roll of 8, you present the blueprints, but your voice falters slightly under the weight of the accusation. These are my designs, Akav. You have taken my work and claimed it as your own. That's what I imagine the 8 is like. Akav's expression shifts from amusement to indignation. These are nothing but echoes from the past, Shyman. Every craftsman borrows and adapts, which is true. He gestures dismissively, but the murmur of the crowd suggests they're not entirely convinced by his defense. Elia watches closely, ready to intervene, his brow furrowed in contemplation. The atmosphere is thick with tension as craftsmen begin to whisper among themselves, uncertain of who to believe. I can attempt to persuade the crowd by detailing the unique features of your original designs, contrasting them with Akav's work. I can challenge Akav to a public demonstration of craftsmanship. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm going to do. That is so what I'm going to do. I challenge Akav to a public display of craftsmanship. And now I gotta figure out how the heck this is all gonna work. Okay, might need a notebook for this. Artisan's touch, a +2 in creating metal goods. Okay, so I'm crafting, I have a +2. Bartering, trade, no. History, no. New technique, no. Precision, I ain't gonna use dexterity, so no. Use like intelligence. That's it really, +4. Superstitious is a -2. Seriously? That's like, okay. Perfectionism, I spend too long, so I have now a -3. Easily frustrated. Well, that's not slow progress. Okay, so perfectionism puts me at -3. The hammer gives me a +1 to crafting. Scroll of ancient techniques gives me a +2. That makes it a 0. The intelligence gives me a +2. I have to use a special ability. We're gonna end this right now. I have a +2 on intelligence for crafting the most amazing, beautiful thing that has ever been made, and I got a 4. Dang it. This is it. This is the final one. I've thrown everything into this. I rolled a 6, but I used my special ability for masterful crafting to forge a unique item with enhanced properties. Is that going to be enough? Am I going to get shamed? Is Akav going to get shamed? Will I get stripped of my guild membership? Let's see. The tension in the guild crackles as you boldly challenge Akav to a public display of craftsmanship. The crowd, sensing a growing heat of the confrontation, murmurs amongst themselves, their loyalties hanging in balance. Akav, initially dismissive, narrows his eyes at your challenge, gauging the potential fallout. As the crowd begins to rally at your proposal, a sense of anticipation builds. You focus your mind, challenging your skill and creativity into crafting a unique item meant to showcase your talent and solidify your claim. You take a moment to prepare and then set to work, your hands deftly shaping a magnificent copper brooch. What is that? Brooch. Etched with exquisite detail that symbolizes both your heritage and artistry. The item created, a brooch of true craftsmanship.
It's a brooch.
Is it a brooch?
An ornamental pin or clasp to garment.
I made a pin or a clasp.
Well, this is like what they look like.
Oh, never mind. They actually look amazing. An intricate brooch shaped like a phoenix rising from the ashes, symbolizing rebirth and the triumph of true craftsmanship over deceit. Enhanced properties grants a +1 bonus to any roll involving craftsmanship or persuasion for the next encounter. Nuh-uh. I'm just gonna leave that one out. That is not balanced. Shyman's inventory. Boom. The brooch of true craftsmanship, granting +1 bonus to any roll involving craftsmanship. Ability once per use. The brooch can inspire others nearby, granting them a +1 bonus on their next action as they rally behind. Oh, spirit of true artistry. +1 to anyone? That's amazing. With the brooch completed, you present it to the crowd, detailing the unique features that highlight your original designs and the amount of skill required to create such a piece. In eloquent terms, you describe how each curve and engraving reflects the essence of your craft, contrasting sharply with Akav's inferior work. The audience watches in awe. The whispers of doubt about Akav's integrity become louder. You can see the seeds of discontent sprouting amongst the ranks of craftsmen. This is good, and many begin to question the validity of Akav's claims. In response, Akav, his bravado waning, attempts to replicate the demonstration, but his work lacks the finesse and depth that your brooch exemplifies. The crowd's initial excitement begins to turn to disappointment as Akav fumbles through his attempt. As the display continues, the guild members, now with a clear perspective, side with you. Yes! Eliab steps forward, raising his hands to calm the crowd, and formally acknowledges your superior craftsmanship, stating that true artisans must uphold integrity with their craft. However, the fallout for Akav is significant. The corrupt trade guild leader, fearing the loss of influence, swiftly distances himself from Akav, leading to his fall from grace. Akav, humiliated and without support, is left to gather what remains of his reputation amidst the murmurs of betrayal and deceit. You, on the other hand, find a warm reputation amongst the craftsmen, who now respect you for standing up for what is right. The guild does not strip you of your badge. Rather, they honor you for your bravery and skill, cementing your place among them. Your victory at the trade fair serves not only as a reclaiming of your designs, but also as a reminder that integrity and craftsmanship must coexist. The brooch of true craftsmanship will serve as a lasting symbol of your triumph and inspiration for future artisans who may face similar challenges. The quest concludes triumphantly, leaving Shimon empowered and respected, ready to forge ahead into new adventures. With that, our chapter with Shimon is now over. He's going to be put on the shelf for a little while as we shift our perspective to the next chapter on Elior the Legal Scribe's. That's not it. Elior the Legal Scribe's investigation. With that, I'll see you next time. This has been the Bible Role-Playing Game. Hope to see you again. Bye-bye. Wow, what an adventure we had today. Thanks for joining us in the Bible Role-Playing Game. Hope to see you in our next episode. Leave any comments down below about what you think Eliab needs to do next to complete his mission.